So what we about to do now? And he was like, oh, we about to head back. And head back. Hey, welcome back to my channel, and this is another story time. Obviously, all of my videos are story times on this channel, but I'm gonna always say that because that's what I say. So this story time I'm making, and mind you, marathon, so same fit, same day. So this story time I'm making is about time I went out with my friend, and it was a whole dud. So we're gonna go ahead and give my friend a name, and we're gonna name her. I actually didn't really think of a name for her. I'm gonna name her Arnell, my friend. So we're gonna jump right into the story time. So I originally live in Georgia, and my friend Arnell, I actually met her in the military. Let's say like 2017, we met. And we became friends, and we were super cool throughout training. We were super cool when we got to our duty stations. Like, we've been super cool like this whole time. I don't know what year it is in the story time. I say probably like 2020. It's probably 2021 or 2020. I think it's 2021. Yeah, because this was like after the New Year's Eve story time that I made, the fake friends one. But yeah, so she hit me up and she's like, hey, I miss you. I really want to see you. You should come hang out with me. And mind you, she lives all the way in Tennessee in a story time, but that's not really far. It's like 8 hours or whatever. And she was like, we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna turn up. Like, it's gonna be a good time. So I'm just like, bet. Like, I got nothing better else to do. So I pack up and I drive 8 hours to this girl's house. 8 hours, you guys. And like on like ways I'm like to. Y'all, I talk way too fast. I am so sorry. My words get jumbled up. I meant to say on the way, not ways, like the app, on the way. So she have my location on my iPhone, or she had my location on my iPhone. So sorry. I talk way too fast, y'all. Like, I'm here. I'm not here, but like in this area. I'm like 7 hours, 5 hours. Like, I'm updating her so she's not worried about me. And I also give her my location just so that she know, and she gives me her location too. So we're at this time we have each other's location. Before I finish that part, there's gonna be a part 2 to this story time, so I'm not gonna tell both parts today, but there is a part 2 to the Arnell story time. Mind you, locations, remember that. Okay. So anyways, so I'm like, okay, yeah, bet I'm about to be there 4 more hours, 2 more hours, 2 more hours, an hour away. And then once I get an hour away, like, me and her are talking on the phone, and we're just like chit chatting, like she's keeping me company on the last hour drive. And eventually I pull up. So I'm like, I'm outside, and she's like, okay, I'm about to come down, because she's living in these apartments. They're really nice apartments too. So she comes downstairs and she's like, oh my God, friend. I'm like, friend. Yeah, because I haven't seen her in like years. Oh, I ain't gonna say years. It's been like a year, because I actually did, when I was coming back from Colorado, I stopped at her house, and then I stayed with her for a day, and then I left in the morning because I had drove from Colorado. Well, I drove, then I stopped at a hotel like 9 hours away from Colorado, then I stopped at her house after 9 hours of driving, and then the last 8 hours I drove home. So I knew how far she lived. But she lived in a different apartment when I first came, so this was a new apartment. So back to the story time. So she came, we hugging each other, like, oh my God, I miss you, like, how you been, blah 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 blah. She's like, you need help with your stuff. I packed a lot of stuff because I didn't know what we were gonna do, and I want options. So I'm grabbing all my stuff, my little book bag, keys, chargers, suitcase, like, and she's helping me carry my stuff up the stairs. We walk in, and she have 2 rooms, so it's a guest room and it's her room. So she's like, you put your stuff in here. Her guest room is really beautiful. So it's like I was just like staying in a hotel, like, or a really nice Airbnb. So I go put my stuff down, and I'm like, we're talking. This boy walks out. Mind you, we're gonna go ahead and give him a name. We're gonna call him Ketchup. So this boy walk out, and she's like, oh, this is my friend Ketchup, like. And I was like, oh, hey Ketchup, I'm Jayla, or I'm Jay. And he's like, oh, what's up, Jay, blah blah blah. So he was talking to her, and he was talking about rolling up, because they was about to, smoke some tree. And so I'm like, okay, and I'm not gonna really say nothing, because I don't know, I haven't seen her in a while, so I don't know if that's her dude. But I had on like some jeans and like a little crossbody like shirt. But I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and take a shower because I want to go ahead and get that out of the way because I've been driving, and I'm come back out here. She's like, okay. She has a 2 bathroom, so she had one in her room and she had one in the guest room. So I go to the guest room, I take a shower, and I didn't want to put on some bunky shorts only because, like, I'm not trying to be a weird friend. I don't want you to feel like I want your man's, and I don't want your man's looking at me. So I put on some sweatpants and a big t-shirt. And I come out once I was done with all that. So when I came out, she's like, are you hungry? I'm about to get ready to cook. So I was like, oh yeah. So I grab a chair and I sit in the kitchen because at this point, Ketchup is sitting in the living room and he's watching TV. And I didn't want, like, the living room is right by the kitchen though. So it's not like it would have been weird. I just didn't want to sit in there with him. I wanted to be in there with her. So I pulled a chair into the kitchen and sat down. And we just talking, catching up, talking about everything. What girls do. So I'm like, what is the moves tonight? What is we doing tonight? And she's like, girl, we're gonna have so much fun. It's gonna be so much fun. Like, I got a really nice night planned for us. We're gonna have to drive to no. She said, I know this nice place that not nice place. She said, I know this lit place that we can go to. We're gonna pregame, like it's gonna be fun. Like, don't worry about it, friend. Like, we're gonna have fun. So I'm like, okay, bet. Like, so after she get done cooking, we all go in the living room, we eat, and everybody just passed out. It's like we got the itis because she know how to cook. Arnell, when I say anything about Arnell, this girl knows how to cook. She be cooking. So we got the itis and we just fell asleep. So we wake up. So when I get there, it's still really early. So it was like early when I got there. So I probably pulled up at like 9 o'clock in the morning. So after she cooked, probably finished at like 10:30 because I took a shower. So she didn't start until after I got out of the shower. And then like we ate. It's like we passed out. We slept for like an hour or 2 hours. So like at this point it's like 11, 12, probably 1, depending on when everything took place. I don't remember the times. So Ketchup get up and he like, I'm about to go make booze because Ketchup in the area is a local tree man. If you don't know what that is, you better watch other story times because they explain in detail what a tree man is, and I'm not about to do that on my channel. And you should be watching this story time if you don't know what a tree is. So he's a local tree man. So he's like, I gotta make moves, I gotta do this, blah blah blah. She's like, okay, cool. You come back later. Because we're going out. He's like, all right, bet. So he gathers all his things and then he leaves. And then me, I'm like, after you leave, I'm like, friend, that's your man? And she like, girl, no. That is my friend. Like, that's my homie. That's the homeboy. Hold on, y'all. All right. Alright, so she's like, no, friend, that's the homeboy. Like, nah, I don't like him like that. Like, I think he like me, but it's never gonna be nothing. Like, he got too much drama in his life. All of this. So I'm just like, okay, cool. Like, I didn't want him or anything. I didn't think Ketchup was all that. Like, I just was asking because I want to be able to make sure that I'm respecting boundaries. I don't talk about certain things around him. Like, that's just the type of friend that I am. Okay, cool, y'all. My ponytail look all messed up. But yeah. So me, her just chilling, vibing. She was like, let's try to find something to wear. So at this point, we was watching TV for a long time. So we started looking for something to wear at probably like 3, 4 o'clock. Because in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, she telling me that people's going to be pulling up. So I'm thinking they're going to pull up at like 7. We're going to pregame and we're going to hit the road. Because, I'm used to when I lived in Colorado and I went out with all my friends, we would always go there like really early, like 8 o'clock. And we would be there for the whole time. Like we partied for that long. So I'm thinking we gonna be pre-gaming at 7, leaving at 8, and partying for a long time. So she's like, let's find something to wear. And she's very, very picky on her outfit choices. Me, the first thing I see and I think it's cute, I'm gonna wear it. I'm not gonna be like, maybe I want something. I don't do that. Like, I just like, this look good together. Put on my body, looks nice, I'm gonna wear it. She had really nice clothes, so it's like she had a lot of options, but she just couldn't decide exactly what kind of vibe she wanted to wear. So eventually she ended up, like, after an hour of her looking, because I already knew what I was going to wear, and actually was looking through her stuff, like maybe I want to switch, maybe. And I thought about this like shirt she had. It was like the arm part was cut off, like not cut off, it was like a long arm part, and then this part didn't have one. It was just like a crossover and going to your arm, and it's like this like Chicago shirt. And I thought it was so cute. So I was like, I might wear this one instead of the shirt that I originally was gonna wear. But I was like, because then like I didn't have no real shoes to go with the shirt. So I'm just like, okay, let me go back to my original outfit. I'm just gonna wear what I was gonna wear because I got shoes to go with it and it's gonna look cute together. But I was debating it at first. But then I went back to my original outfit because I really liked the shirt. I thought it was really cute. But it was giving more, I hoop or I cheer or something, and I'm not trying to go there looking like I cheer. So, so I was like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna wear the shirt. But anyway, she done found something, and then another person had pulled up. Now, boom, 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 on the door. She opened the door, and we're gonna give him a name. We're gonna call him Hawk. We're gonna call him Hawk. So Hawk put up, knocked on the door, and she opened it. She was like, "What's up? This is my homegirl Jayla, or this my homegirl Jay. This is, dang, I forgot, Hawk." He's like, "What's up? What's up?" Dang, I keep wanting to call him the same name. Okay, Hawk came in. He's like, what he said? Oh, he was like, "Hey, what's up? What's up?" Like, she was like, "You bought some stuff? Like, we gonna roll up?" Mind you, Arnell is a heavy smoker, so she smokes a lot. I did not smoke at that time. So, I mean, I smoked before in my life, but I did not smoke at that time, and like not at this period in my life. So she was like, they rolled up again, and he rolled up this fat. Oh, he's also a local tree man. So, Ketchup is a local tree man, and Hawk is a local tree man. So she know a lot of local tree men. So they roll up. He rolled this fat behind blunt, and they both smoke it. And he's like, "All right, I'm about to head out." So I'm thinking, like, I thought he was coming, but I mean, I'm not gonna say nothing. It's my business. I don't care. She gets really stupid high, and she go back on the couch. She start watching TV. So I sit down and watch TV, and I'm on my phone. I'm scrolling, blah, blah, blah. I'm also charging my phone at this point because I don't like when my phone go dead. So I'm charging my phone, and eventually she fell asleep, and then I fall asleep a little bit, but then I wake up, and it's like, at this point it's like 7 o'clock. So I'm like, "Hey, you said you want get up, like, you know, your friends will be pulling up soon, like, you want to go ahead and start doing your makeup?" And she was like, "I'm okay." And she was like, "I'm about to go in the room and lay down for a little bit." And I was like, "Okay." So I don't want to bother her because I'm like, maybe she's still tired. She just got really high. And that's exactly why I don't smoke, because it makes you sleepy. I'm not trying to go to sleep. She went in the room, she lay down. Then she got here knock at the door. So I go and I open it because she is passed, no, not passed out, but she's gone. And it is Ketchup. Oh, wait. Before that happened, when she went to go lay down in the room, I went in the room and I started doing my makeup. So I was doing my makeup, getting cute. So I was doing my makeup and getting cute. And then I hear a knock at the door after I finished doing my makeup. And this, at the point, I couldn't really do my makeup that well, so it was not like, it wasn't giving what I was supposed to give. But it was still cute though, because it was still like, I'm still learning. And I actually learned more tips on doing my makeup through Arnell, because she was really good at doing her makeup during this time period of me being with her. Because I stayed with her for a little while before I ever went back home. But that's why I say it's gonna have part 2, because there's lots that happen. But this, we're only talking about this night. So, after I was done doing my makeup, of course I was taking my little videos, I was like, you know, posting. And at this point, I still had on that shirt when I was in, because I wore it just to like take pictures and videos in it, because I still like the shirt, but I was like, I'm not gonna wear it out. So I hear a knock at the door, and I go open it, and it is Ketchup. Ketchup's back, and he was like, "Where's Arnell?" And I was like, "She is laying down." And he was like, "Why?" Like, I was like, "I don't know. I don't think she want to go out anymore, but I mean, it's cool. It's whatever. I can chill for tonight. I mean, we still have, you know, the whole weekend together." He was like, "Oh no, we ain't doing that." So he goes to the back room, and he wakes her up. And then at that moment, when he's in the back room waking her up, I hear another knock at the door. So I'm like, "Who the heck is that?" So I open it, and it's this girl. And we're gonna go ahead and give her the name. I can't think of a name for her. Asha. She just remind me of Asha from Hit the Floor. So we go ahead and give her name Asha. So Asha came in the house, and she's like, "Hey, is Arnell around?" I said, "Yeah, she's in the room." And she was like, "Oh," she's like, "I'm about to go in the room." I said, "Ketchup's in there." And she was like, "Oh." I think she knew who Ketchup was. She was like, "Oh, okay, cool." So she goes in the room, and so at this point, it's Ketchup, Asha, and Arnell in the room, and I'm just sitting in the living room by myself, because like I don't know who the girl is. I don't even know who the boy is for real. I just met him today, and she know these people. So she she wakes him up. I mean, he wakes her up, and he's like, "No, get out the bed. We about to be lit tonight." Blah blah blah. She getting her up. Blah blah blah. Mind you, the whole time Asha's there, I'm thinking she's coming with us, because she pulled up. She got a little bottle. He pulled up with a bottle, and then at this point, we all start pregame. Well, Arnell's doing her makeup and she's pregame at the same time. So she's like coming in, take a look shot, go back and do her makeup. And she took a really long time to do her makeup because she know how to do a lot more. At this point, she knew how to do a lot more than I did. So she took a really long time to do her makeup. She got dressed, she got cute, and we're still drinking, we're talking, and now y'all, mind you, at this point it's like 9:30, 10 o'clock, going on 10 o'clock. So I'm like, dang, it's kind of late. So I'm like, but I'm trying not to think about it as like, okay, she's gonna, you know, we about to leave. We going like probably 10 minutes on the street, so it don't matter. It don't matter. Did it? It did. But anyway, so we're drinking, getting lit, everybody lit. So Asha like, I'm gonna go ahead and head out. So I was like, and I haven't been talking to Asha, and I thought she was real cool, and I thought she was real pretty. So I was like, oh, you're not coming out with us? And she was like, oh no, my man would never. Like, I can't do that. My man's gonna go crazy if I go by myself. And I'm just thinking to like, I mean, let me not say that because there are some girls who wouldn't go out without their man, but I'm the type of girl like, if we got a cool relationship, like you go out without me, I go out without you, we go out together, like it is what it is. So I don't like them controlling relationships, but I'm like, oh, okay, but I don't know her that well, I don't know her situation, so I was just like, okay, cool. And so she had out, she took a little bottle with her too, y'all. But anyway, so she had out, she just came over to drink. She had out, and then at this point, we all get ready to head out. So Arnell gets in, so we're riding on in Ketchup's car. Ketchup got a nice little Challenger. So Arnell gets in the front seat. I get in the back. I'm pretty sure I'm behind the driver because I want to see my friend. Cause you know we have to be looking at each other like, you feel me? So I'm like, okay. I was like, where this place at? Where we going? She was like, yeah, we gotta go all the way to Nashville. Nashville. So I'm like, how far is that? She's like, oh, it's like an hour. And I'm looking like, we head down to like 10:30, 11, and we got to take an hour, so we're not going to get there till 12. I mean, he probably could drive fast. We'll probably get there a little faster, but we're probably not going to get there till 12. And I'm like, what the heck? And then he was like, oh, I got to stop and do something real quick. I got to go get one of my homeboys. So I'm just like, ain't he inviting a homeboy? Like, I don't need nobody to come with me. If y'all want to go out clubbing together, that's just y'all. I don't need nobody coming with me, being up under me. I don't know this person, you feel me? But I ain't saying nothing because at the end of the day, like, he probably want his homeboy to go. He probably already told his homeboy he was going to pick him up or whatever. So we go to these apartments like 10 minutes away. These apartments look a little rough, but we're not going to talk about it. Boy comes down, and he's like wearing a gray jacket, gray sweatpants, shoes, and a hat. And he's real short, y'all. Like, I could tell he was short. And he gets in, he sits down, he sits in the other seat, in the back seat with me. So he's like, what's up? My name is I don't know. We're gonna call him Mustard because that's his homeboy. So he's like, okay, what's up? He's like, hey, what's up? My name is Mustard. I was like, what's up, Mustard? I'm Jay. And he was like, cool. Then we all just quiet. Then we started driving to Nashville. So we get to Nashville, y'all, and it took an hour to get there. We pull up to this little rinky-dink, hole in the wall, boonies club. And I'm just looking like, what is this? I'm thinking, because, you know, when I go out, I'm used to, like, the places being really nice, it's being really lit, it's a lot of people. And I'm not saying it's not a lot of people, it's a lot of people there. But I'm just saying, like, this look like dookie. So we pull up, the parking is horrible because there's a lot of people there. And he parked the car or whatever. So we get out. We go into, like, so Ketchup know a lot of people, and so does Mustard. So they go up to the front and they like, hey, blah, blah, blah. Like, can we skip the line? But, like, we gonna have to still pay, but can we skip the line or whatever? He's like, yeah, that's cool, blah, blah, blah. Like, who all you got with you? And he was like, oh, just these two girls right here. And they was like, okay, yeah, y'all can skip the line, come on. So he let us skip this long line. I know people was like, who are they? So we go in, and the entry fee, because mind you, it's like 12 something at this point. Y'all, this entry fee was like $60. So I'm just like, $60 for this freaky dang hole in the wall. But I didn't say that. But I was just looking like, giving my little card, swipe, 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 get in. Everybody pay, we all get in. So at this point, like, my drunkenness that I little had started to wear off. Yeah, okay. I need something to drink. So we was like, oh, y'all want to get something to drink at the bar? So it's like, yeah. So we go up to the bar and we're like, hey, are y'all doing can we have something to drink? He was like, we're not doing individual drinks. Like, you can actually buy a whole bottle. It's like $300. You can have the bottle in here. You can take it with you when you're ready to go, but we don't do individual drinks. So we're like, what? So everybody looking like we're not about to buy a whole bottle, because mind you, we was drinking before we got there. I didn't feel like super drunk, but at the same time I knew I still had liquor in my system. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna chill. I'm not about to drink a whole bottle of liquor and we're a whole hour away. Like, I could see we was staying in the area, but we was not. So I'm like, okay, cool, whatever, forget it, I don't need nothing to drink. Everybody agreed that we're not paying $300 for a bottle, and we was like, all right, cool. So we go to the dance floor, and mind you, it's I think it's Nashville is a college town, because it was a lot of fraternities and sororities in there, and they was doing their little dances, and we was just trying to have a good time. Like, y'all, we was probably in there for, I'll say 30 minutes, probably 30 minutes at the max. We was in there, because I remember we went to the bathroom, because when I drink, I become a little pissy drunk, so I pee all the time. So I went to the bathroom. I took a little video with Arnell, and I'm not gonna post her in this video, because, like I said, there's a part 2 to the story time. So I took a little video with her, and we just kind of like turned up, having a good time, blah blah blah. Yeah. Okay. So we walk out of the bathroom, and so Ketchup comes up to us with Mustard, and they were like, "We ready to go? We can go somewhere else after, because I don't like the vibes in here." So I'm looking like, I paid $60 to get in here, and you telling me that you don't like the vibes to get in here. Like, I could see if it was $10 or $15, but $60, be fucking for real. But and I'm not trying to sound like a little brokey, but at the same time, I'm looking like, okay, but it was still $60 to get in here. So y'all, we what I saying? So we ended up leaving out, because he said we are gonna go somewhere else. So we all get in the car and we drive to this other little club, but the line is stupid long. And at this point I gotta pee again. So I'm like, I have to use the bathroom. And he was like, go ahead to the front. I know the security guard officer or security guard. I was like, okay. So I get out of the car, Ketchup walks with me to the front. He's like, hey, can she walk in there and just use the bathroom? She just about to use the bathroom. He's like, yeah, cool, let me get her ID. I give him my ID. He holds onto my ID just to make sure I come back out. So I go in, I use the bathroom. It's also a rinky-dink hole in the wall. So the bathroom was really disgusting, but I didn't care because I had to pee. And we leave out. I leave out, and then I come back and I get my ID. And Ketchup is nowhere to be found. So I'm like, what the heck? And I don't see the car. So I'm like, what the heck? And so next thing you know, like, right as I'm like, what the heck? And I'm about to pull out my phone, they coming around the corner of the club. They was like, hey, we had to move the car. So I was like, oh, okay. So then I get back in the car, and then we drive to this food place, because they was like, oh, we hungry. So I'm like, oh, I was like, okay, so y'all about to get something to eat? Because I wasn't really hungry. Like, I was still kind of like, nah, I don't know. Like, I didn't really feel like I wanted nothing to eat for real. So they all get out the car, and I'm sitting in the car with Mustard, and he was like, you want something to eat? And I was like, no. He's like, I'm gonna get you some. I'm gonna get you some fries. So you can put some in your stomach. So I was like, okay. So he gets out, and I'm just sitting in the car by myself. And Mustard was really cool, but eventually he don't be cool. But we're gonna get to that in the other part. He was cool that night though, and he was cool the second time I seen him. But third time I seen him, he was doing too much. So he gets out, he goes in, he gets him some fries, and he gets back in the car, and they get back in the car. So he had like a 10-piece wing with fries, and he bought me some fries. So I was just eating the little fries, and then all of them had wings and fries. So we driving all. So I'm like, okay. So when they all got back in the car, I'm like, so what we about to do now? And he was like, oh, we about to head back. Head back. I'm like, looking at Arnell like, maybe she gonna say something. And Arnell didn't say nothing at all. Nothing. So I'm looking like, what happened to this fun, lit, turn up night that we was about to have? Like, what happened to that? Like, I'm thinking in my head, I'm not saying it out loud. So I'm just annoyed at this point. So I'm like, bro, I just wasted my time here tonight. Sorry. So I'm just really annoyed. I'm just thinking to myself, like, I wasted my time. Like, what the heck? Like, we didn't even do nothing. Like, most of the day was of her sleeping and getting high. And when we actually did go out, we found out we was going out an hour away. Like, it was just all just, no. It was boring. So we ended up, yeah. So we ended up getting back in, not get back home. So we ended up driving all the way back to where she lived at. And I think we dropped Mustard off first. Mustard was like, oh, you got a Snapchat, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, yeah, you got my Snapchat. Because, I was not about to give him my number. I don't know him. So I gave him my Snapchat or whatever. He's like, cool, go, I'll meet you up, blah, 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 blah. Remember, he's short, so definitely not my type. But I was just being nice because that was his homeboy. So Mustard ended up getting out, leaving. And then Ketchup drives us back to Arnell's house. And he actually did not stay that night. I don't know if he stayed the previous night, remember, because I wasn't there. But he was there that morning. So he was like, all right, I'll see y'all later, blah, blah, blah. So me and her walk in the house. She goes to her room. I go to the guest room. And then we completely just go to sleep. There was no extra activities of the night. And I was kind of very annoyed because I'm like, bro, you really talked this night up. Like, we was about to have the funniest time of our lives. Like, we was about to get so lit. Like, it was about to be so fun. And the whole time, we did nothing. So this night was literally a dud. Like, it was consisted of us just chilling. So you could have just said you wanted to chill if you didn't want to do nothing for real. But mind you, this is not my last story time with Arnell. Like, there's more in this, because remember, I packed the bag, so I was going to be there for a while. And every night I was there, it was something. So we're going to end it right now, this story time, with just what happened that night. But just know, there's a part 2 to the Arnell story time. But without that being said, this is the end of this video of the marathon today. So if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. If you don't like this video, sorry boo, I just wanted a girl for you. Queen J out.